Hey, thank you for clicking on this video. It's 2025, and we all started this year with our goals in hand, and sometimes we lose momentum. It's common. But the secret to success lies in two simple principles: consistency and commitment. They're like two sides of the same coin. Consistency is showing up every day, every week, regardless of how you feel. It's the artist sketching even when inspiration is absent. It's the athlete training even when the weather isn't perfect. Consistency is where skills grow and habits form and where we build trust. Commitment, on the other hand, is a promise you make to yourself saying, I will see this through, even when the excitement fades. First Monday of the year. And of course, I didn't know my password. I've been on the phone with IT for 47 minutes. And now I'm here. And now, because I really want to work on like not letting, first I'm going to take a minute. Let's look at the pillow and see. So there's the word. I bought me a emotion wheel pillow because I want to have more words for my emotions. But anywho, so frustrated is the word. That's in anger. Infuriated, irritated. So frustrated goes down and you can further select. I don't know the word I'm looking for. But irritated. Irritated is what I'm feeling. And I was feeling this morning when I looked at the pillow, I was feeling hopeful. So let's get back to hopeful. But so you can think you know something and know nothing at all. I have been saying, I've had this certification for almost 5 years, and you have to renew it every 5 years. And I've been saying, I have to do 500 CEUs to renew this. So I've been thinking had to do 100 CEUs a year to renew it. Finally, because I have to renew it at the end of this year, I'm like, you know what, let me get started because I got to do 500 CEUs. Turns out, you only have to do 80 hours in continuing education every 5 years. I'm still gonna get it done, like right now, but why did I go with that same narrative? You tell yourself something once and then you don't do no kind of research, this is just a lot that life I can apply this to. But you just say something once and I just ran with it. 500, I done told people that and everything. It's 80 hours. I'm gonna get started though. I'm gonna be done even quicker than I thought. Commitment gives consistency its direction. Without commitment, consistency becomes aimless. Without consistency, commitment is just a fleeting thought. Together, consistency and commitment create momentum. They build a bridge from where you are to where you want to be. It won't always be easy. Some days you'll want to give up. But every small step, every single day you show up, builds a foundation for greatness. Literally an ankle biter. Get off of me. Ouch, ouch, ow, ow. My poor hammock. So how many inches would you say is on that hammock? Is that a foot? I don't know. But anywho, I haven't really did much of a workout today. So I'm about to call my brother. Don't, why?
Is it even bad out there?
I mean, it's okay. I hate when people move out of the Midwest, they swear they just can't take no kind of cold. They don't know nothing about snow.
First off, it's over 27 states, so I am a little concerned. This is definitely like one of those storms. This just a regular winter. It's like one of those, like 2011.
That's what I'm saying. But those were regular winters. That's only been for the last, like, I would say 10 years that winters haven't been wintering.
I'm a gangster.
Oh, okay.
If I was there, I'd be in it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Some people just want to be out just to say, oh, look at me, I'm not scared. I was out there. That's a dumb reason to go outside any day of the week.
That's true.
Right. I don't think they petty for that because why wouldn't they rest their good people? How did this become about y'all when it's crazy that they think that they're like they are rivals or something like that? We just met y'all. We just met you all. Like, this is a new thing. Like, y'all didn't exist.
I remember when we was like that, when we was hoping another team would win or lose.
Right. Yes, I get that. To have your faith in somebody else's hands and to think that because we don't want to face them, because they're the main. You're only a main character in your own head. Your quarterback is good. Your team very entitled that somebody should play a game for you. So, hold on. I got on my gym chart with my highest, and I think that this is a Old Navy. I'm not sure. You know, it don't hardly match, but it's brown and match a little bit. And I'm doing a home workout. Good morning, it's Tuesday. Good morning, it's Tuesday. That's all I gotta say.
So here are 5 steps that I like to use to craft commitment. So first, I like to identify the surface issue. I start by pinpointing the behavior or habit that I want to change. I ask myself, what am I doing that I want to address? What patterns am I noticing? Step 2, I explore the underlying motivations. I reflect on why this behavior exists, what emotions or beliefs are driving it, what am I trying to control, avoid, or achieve? Number 3, I shift the focus to my core values. What would be a healthier, more supportive approach? What would that look like? What value do you want to embody in this area? For example, I value self-care and want to support my body and emotions without external validation. Step 4 is to simplify and drill down. You want this to be a mantra for your life. Refine your statement to reflect the root of your commitment. What is the core issue that needs attention? How can you phrase it concisely and authentically? Like in my example, my core issue was addressing my emotions. Finally, step 5, you want to combine your values and the root cause into a clear, actionable sentence. Focus on what you're committing to do, not what you're avoiding.
So I just wanted to pop in and say this is a new flavor for me that I tried. Kevin tried it too, but of course I put a lot of different things in here, so it doesn't bother me. I prefer the peanut butter, but you know, it was a snowstorm and this is what they had at Kroger, so that's what I got. He drunk it just by itself with water, and he acted like it was the worst thing ever. He was like, you know, chocolate flavors, they hide the chalkiness, so apparently it tastes chalky or whatever in this flavor. I don't know, because by the time I put everything in there, I forgot to put the turmeric and the cinnamon in there. I'll put it in my oatmeal if I have oatmeal, or when I have oatmeal. When I have oatmeal. I'm kind of leaving my oatmeal as like a floating meal throughout the day. Yesterday I didn't get on the walking pad at all, so I'm just here checking in, letting you know I'm on it for the first time today. I'm gonna get my first 30 minutes in. You know, the goal is to do 2 to 3 30-minute sessions every day while I'm at work on the thing, so on my walking pad. So I'm on it, utilizing my standing desk walking pad combo. Yeah, I'm all into this video. I'm overly excited, or I am busy. And I don't. Everybody else, and I had no intentions of doing so. Man, why is it blinking on here? it said 37 minutes. Let me get on. And I think it's time for me to eat my oatmeal. It's 10 o'clock. Like I said, it's kind of a clothing thing because I realize that some days I don't need the oatmeal. And some days I want it, so. Yeah, don't be eating this snow. They don't put something on it. This cat. Get off of me. Yeah, I'm just cutting up some sweet potato. I'm about to put it in the oven. I'm on my break. Put them in the oven so that I can have them for my lunch. I'm gonna have the same thing I had yesterday. Tilapia with all the stuff I had yesterday, but I'm gonna add this and probably some tomatoes and onions that I cut up. So I didn't meal prep this week, but like yesterday I made rice that was, you know, that I'm also gonna eat today. So I'm like adding to my meal as the days go on. And one of these will be for me and the other one it'll be for a dinner that I'm gonna make tomorrow.
It has none of the junk, no sugar, no coloring, no artificial flavor. Guys, a free sample pack with any order so that you guys can try all their different flavors. I'd say 2-3 hours. Website. It's kind of like laid back, but this way it looks, you know? So I had the intention for a long time. It would definitely be the first thing they reach out of their closet. Comfort is known for selling out. So that I'm not like, you know, struggling. It did good all the way up until it started jizzling. Part of taking your makeup off.
Yeah, and then also the chips were in my face.
And so at first when he popped, I'm like, okay, whatever, cool, like. But then he was like, brought me back, and then with the audience or goals for the new year, so we're about to head to the gym.
So right now I'm trying out the stepper versus the walking pad. I tried to leave a message and I was out of breath. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if this is better or worse, but the walking is just kind of like mindless at this point. I can just do it. But this, I just got on this thing. It probably haven't even been 60 seconds and I'm out of breath. Ooh, this thing don't play. So right now it is 10:30. I already ate my, I know my face is dry. I already ate my oatmeal and the protein shake earlier. I am hungry. I'm trying to figure out, I went to my, have I shown y'all this? I know I mentioned in the video that's coming out today about, I was like, oh, they have pillows, I should get a pillow. Well, I ordered 2 of these Emotion Wheel pillows. So I was looking at the pillow to just kind of check where my emotions are. And that gave me a lot of insight on where some of the hunger might be coming from. And so I took action on the emotion. I took action on the emotion. And that was dope. You know, I still have, do I have physical signs of hunger? I would say yes. Do I understand that it is because, you know, my cycle is about to start in a couple of days. So I do have an increased hunger at that time. And just, what is it? We're on day like 8 of kind of eating in a certain way, eating 3 meals a day. Even though those meals aren't necessarily restricted, they're less, probably less calories than I normally eat. Still probably close to over 2,000 calories a day. So it's not restrictive in any sense, but it's just less than I'm used to consuming. So I feel that with that book, with the DBT book that I'm working in, it talks about these practices that may seem like they don't relate to overeating, but they do. And one of mine is, and it said that in the book. There was a paragraph on eating outside of a balanced meal plan, or eating outside of that. And this is a balanced meal plan. It's not restrictive. And me trying to eat outside of it is a way that it affects the eating disorder. It's a trigger, even though it may seem mundane. Like, oh, you're hungry, so eat. Grab some tea, and at noon, if you need to eat more at noon because you need more nutrients, then you can do that. But the choice has already been made that you eat. You know, you've already eaten your oatmeal and your protein. You'll be okay. You'll get through it. It's like my other lunches, but different. So it's the chicken stir fry that I made is in here. Some chicken that I put to the side from what I made yesterday for dinner. Sweet potatoes, chickpeas, so a little rice from the stir fry, and then I put the mixed greens and some little crunchy things on top.
So if what you eat, you have to work with what you have. And what I have is just my food. From Fashion Nova. I don't have good luck when it comes to Fashion Nova, but it's a waste.
So it was a couple of things. These are the two books that I'm working out of. This one, the DBT Solution for Emotional Eating. And this is the newest one I got, Transforming the Living Legacy of Trauma. I met with my therapist yesterday and we went through some of this. So right now what we're doing is kind of trying to differentiate between the thinking brain, the emotional brain, and then the reptilian brain. The thinking brain it goes offline when you are responding to trauma. You ever been in a situation where you feel like you overreacted, or you're reacting to something that's not this? Let's say somebody bumps into you at the store. Are you mad about just the bump? Yes, that's a reason to be mad, but are you giving the situation just the anger from the bump, or are you also mad because little Susie in 5th grade bumped into you every day? You've been bullied in the past by other people. You know, does this person look like somebody? Are you already stressed from having to be in the store? You didn't know how much you have, or you just got off work? Are there other things that are adding to it that take your thinking brain offline to where you could maybe be like, okay, they bumped into me. You don't even give them, you probably mad before they can even turn around and say, oh, I'm sorry. You know, you probably already done elevated because you coming from an emotional place. You're not even giving it time to, they got a baby in their hand, or their baby is over there about to fall off the thing. You know, you're not even able to see those things that you could see with your thinking brain if you gave it time. Making sure that I'm giving, not even giving, but we're getting to a point to where each situation is getting the emotion and the feelings are for that situation and not for all the situations that it's reminding me of in the past. Working memory, and how working memory is sometimes taken offline in the presence of like trauma. And so pairing these two, let me tell you how pairing these two books help one another. So in this book it's talking about, in the trauma book it's talking about noticing, getting help from your noticing brain. So observing the differences between what happens when you notice what happens and when you analyze or judge your thoughts and feelings. So noticing, when you're noticing it, your feelings, then you're not like assigning a reason or judgment to them. And then, so that part is helpful for me when I'm working in this book. And right now we're talking about like what I'm really working on and like zoomed in on is it's talking about these apparently irrelevant behaviors when dealing with emotional eating. So it says apparently irrelevant behaviors occur when you tell yourself that your behavior is not relevant to binge eating, but you know deep down that it is. Examples of apparently irrelevant behaviors might be buying a tempting dessert for company when you know your preoccupation with that dessert will likely lead to a binge. Another common apparently irrelevant behavior is not weighing yourself. Who they talking to? Which deprives you of important feedback about the consequences of your eating. By interfering with awareness, not weighing yourself permits you to pretend that your eating behaviors don't really matter that much. Apparently irrelevant behaviors are often unconscious but will become more apparent as you use the program. So looking for those gives me a great opportunity to utilize noticing, because I'm noticing them, I'm not judging them. As far as with the weight, I do have a thing about not weighing versus weighing, blah blah blah, but I'm putting it in its rightful place. The book also talks about not weighing daily, because how that can also interfere with, you know, your mental health, and the fluctuations can cause binges. So it talks about weighing weekly, but due to me, yes, the world works in more not our hormones. Women are on a 28 day actually. Most women are on a 28-day cycle. And so it makes more sense for me to weigh myself monthly than weekly, because I could be at different stages depending on the week. I could be in different phases depending on the week. So to get an accurate depiction monthly is going to be what I'm going to do. But some things that I've noticed that I do that I may think are not relevant to overeating, but they are, is one, thinking about what I'm gonna eat. Like I can be eating lunch and thinking about what I'm gonna eat for dinner. Be right there in that meal you're having, please. Grabbing things while I'm cooking, like, oh, I'll just grab a cookie I'll just grab a cracker, because I don't know how many that's going to end, like how many I'm going to take before I'm done with that, or if that's going to be like, oh well, I just had that, so I might as well have this. I don't know when that's going to end. Let me look, because I wrote some down and I want to make sure I share the ones that I want to share. Oh, looking for other options other than the path I'm on. That is a big one. So I need to return these things. Looking for stuff like, you know, I bought those apricot seeds. I can't give them back probably, but maybe I can. I might return them. And then black seed oil. I got some sour sop, something in here I haven't even opened. What is it called? Organic sour sop bitters. All of that is probably fine and dandy, but I need to be on the path that I'm on. Fasting, dieting, what else did I say? Low carb, all of those like distractions that put me on a different path than the one I'm on. I need to be right where I'm at with what I'm doing and focused on one thing at a time. Doing those things preoccupies my mind so that I don't have to focus on my emotions. It's also gameplay, just like overeating is, as far as numbing out, because I can then be infatuated with, oh, I gotta find these low carb options, and I can watch videos on this, and I can just lose myself in this world of that instead of going inward and really focusing and learning about myself. So yeah, right now, this may be great one day, but right now, that's not what we're doing. You know, I have berberine, I haven't opened. This might be great one day, but right now, that's not what we on. Let's focus. Let's get really good at eating 3 meals a day with green leafy vegetables, and all the nutrients that you know that you love. Let's get those chia seeds, let's get those flax seeds, let's get those sweet potatoes, let's work on our protein, let's work on our fiber. Let's get really good at those things before we start trying to add other things. Not right now. Not right now. Because those to me, it leads to binges. It leads to me saying, because I swear that berberine makes me hungrier. I don't know why, but that's what my mind does. So me eating it, I'm like, oh shoot, this makes my blood sugar drop. This makes me hungrier. Let's just focus. This book also talks about, what was another? It was in that same area that I wanted to share real quick. Impulsively breaking a balanced food diet. These are things that can lead to problem eating, or these are eating, but impulsively breaking a balanced food diet can overlap with emotional eating, but we focus on it separately because some of our patients try to follow balanced food plans. Who try to follow balanced food plans have run into difficulty because of unplanned snacking, eating larger portions than they'd planned, and so forth. Their emotional response to having an unplanned food, such as feeling guilty or ashamed, often sets them up for a full-fledged binge. The truth is that you always have the choice to binge or not, even if it doesn't seem like it. This assumes, however, that the food plan is not overly restrictive and one that leads to leaves you too physically hungry, therefore more vulnerable to binging. We discuss overly restrictive food plans in more detail in chapter 10. So then it tries to tell you, hey, if you haven't already read chapter 10, go there because it's going to tell you about dieting and how dieting is not recommended while you're on this journey. And I can't say that I'm dieting, but I am, just by not overeating, I'm eating less. But I'm not dieting. Like I didn't show that we had spaghetti and meatballs last night and garlic bread. I wouldn't call myself on a diet or any restriction, but I am following the 3 meals a day. Like today, you saw, I felt really hungry this morning and I didn't want it to affect my workout. So I ate I have a half a banana in my smoothie anyway. I moved that to before my workout, just the banana, because I felt like I needed that to perform better in my workout. That is not, I wouldn't put that in an impulsive breaking because that was something that I planned. That was a decision that I made so that I would have fuel for my workout, and it's something that I'm taking away from the meal that I'll have after my shower and after I'm, get ready, when I have breakfast. I don't know if that made any sense, but I really feel like these books pair really well together. So yeah, I will be working in these really all year. I plan on working with them all year. It may only take 6 months, I don't know, or whatever, but there's always something I feel like I can go back and learn more about with them. But this is definitely where I'm starting this year. I don't plan on adding any more things to this until I'm done with these 2. And I'm gonna see if I can return any of this stuff that I bought because that's not where I'm at in the journey. And when I get there, I can reorder them. But right now, that's not where I'm at. Right now, I am in the working on my mental health, working on my mindset, making sure that I am dealing with my emotions. Whatever with all this, I need, if the world stops making these things today, I want to be mentally have the things, the tools that I need in me to make this work. And that's what I'm working on. I was getting a little bored with the oatmeal, so I'm just having some cereal with oat milk. So this was made with water, since I'm using oat milk over there. And it doesn't have the banana in it, since I ate banana before I worked out this morning. Switching it up just a little bit, realizing, okay, you're getting a little bored. I want to switch things up a little bit. My lunch is going to be a little switched up too, just to, so I can not fall off because I'm bored of eating the same thing over and over. Oh, I have a workbook that I'm working out of right now. called the DBT Solution for Emotional Eating. A proven program to break. Yeah, DBT is dialectical behavior therapy. This is that framework to talk about emotional eating, but really it's talking about binge eating. I don't really binge anymore, but there's problematic eating things that I have. But so I don't know if this book is right for everybody. It's like, again, everybody has their own process, and maybe something, I don't know, but I don't see how it could be helpful if you really don't want to do that. Like, if you're not tired of that yet. I think it takes every person a different time to be absolutely sick of it. Still, I work out every day. That's a difference between that being your main focus and you thinking that that's gonna solve the problem, and you knowing that, okay, I'm going to have to change for me to move forward with this. I'm gonna have to change, because it's much easier. Really, people say, oh, diet is the worst part, blah blah blah. Really, it's not. We can't stick to it because of our minds. But if a person could just go on a low carb and work out indefinitely, that would be easy. But our brains do get in the way. Life happens and it gets in the way of being able to do that, and that is where the rub comes. And I don't know if you are still thinking that, no, I'm going to find the right combination of movement and food or fasting or whatever. I'm going to find the right combination.
Yeah.
I don't know if it works. I think that's why I'm interested in trying to find a solution that helps, that works, that changes me. So even if my environment changes and becomes more chaotic or less or whatever, I have changed. I've changed. Versus me trying to change these other things. If I change, but I think it's a different way of kind of looking at it, versus trying to have less stress, trying to have, I wake up at this time and trying to have the right plan. If I become the right person for the life I think I want, does that change anything? And I don't know. When I turned on the camera, I was turning it on to like record myself doing this twist out with this hair, whatever. I'm taking it down, but I'm still gonna use it a little bit, so I just took it up the twist and I'm wearing it as a twist out, but I'm not done. But anyway, and I was just gonna, speed it up, put music over it, but there was like a conversation that happened with me and my friend, and of course I'm gonna take her out of it. But the things that I was saying, one, I don't want that to be like me, that I think that everybody is gonna come to some conclusion that what they're doing right now is not gonna work for them. That's not what I'm trying to say. Cause I've only lived in this one body, and I know that for me, I'm gonna have to be a different person to get a different result. I don't know what anybody else's journey is gonna call for, and I'm not trying to pretend to know that. I'm trying to, more so, and what I was trying to say is trying to just warn her before, like, don't go out and get this book, because it may be like a side mission. Again, like I was talking about this morning with those things that are kind of distractions from what you're already doing. So if this is not the road that fits with her particular, what she doing, it might not be the right role for her, So I just wanted to kind of prepare her of like, this is gonna be maybe in opposition to what you currently are on. So don't waste your money if that's not where you at. I'm just telling you, because that's where our conversation have gone. Our conversation went down that road. But I did so good this week. It's Thursday, but I'm still counting the week as good. I've done so well this week. I was trying to see if I had some clothes on. I got a shirt on around, and can y'all see my, what I'm saying? These what took my feeling out. Anyway, Anyway, I get off task so easily. What I'm trying to say is, what was I saying? Oh, I'm doing well this week. So issues that come with that, once I think I got something, like I got it in the bag, I've got this licked, I know how to do this, I could do this forever, I start resting on my laurels. I start thinking I can just like phone it in and not do what I've been doing. I still have to do my stuff from the workbook. I still need to be reading my commitment cards. I still need to be turning to the tools. I still need to be mindful of what I'm doing with food. Not really, it's not being more, it's less about being mindful of what I'm eating, but mindful of the fact that we're only eating one plate. Whatever you put on your plate, that's what you're eating. We're only eating at those meal times. Breakfast, we have a little bit more wiggle room with that stuff. Like, as far as I may save my oatmeal for later if I don't feel hungry to have it, or like I did this morning with the banana, those things make sense to me and they don't feel out of control. But the snacking and stuff like that, right now we're not doing that. Next month we can make a different choice if we like, but for this month the choice has already been made and this is what I'm doing. So I have to keep that in mind, because that's where I fall short, because I really feel like, you know, once I done did something, you know, a couple of days, I'm like, I'm a new person. No, for 37 years, a good 30 of them, let's say at least a good 30 of them, you've had a certain relationship with food. And so now it's gonna take more than 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months of being consistent to overwrite 30 years. Let's try you doing the same thing for at least 3 years, you being focused. Can you commit to that? Do that sound like, oh my God? Because really, when we say lifestyle change, do you really mean a lifestyle change if you're not really willing to, if 3 years sounds crazy, is it really a lifestyle change? Because really it should be for a lifetime. But I need to be at the, like, it's not gonna feel like, I can't expect this to happen as a habit or to happen like clockwork or natural within a couple months. Maybe a year, probably 2, maybe, probably 3, maybe 5, could be a decade. But that's a decade of doing the right thing. That's a decade of not being stuck in a loop. That's a decade of moving forward. And I'm ready to not be stuck in a loop. I'm ready for different results. And when I say different results, I'm not just talking about physically. I'm talking about, I want to be able to deal with emotions without turning to food. I'm past that.
In this series, I'm going to be sharing my journey. Yeah, okay.
Hopefully it'll last a little bit. We're gonna see how it's gonna go.
It's been like a lot of like commentary stuff, just like
I'm moseying up to my desk this morning like I really came from somewhere. Like I didn't just come from upstairs. I got my bag of books, you know, workbooks, if you will. Got my water. And it's not even time for me to start work, so I'm about to get my breakfast. When I be saying I use a half a banana, I don't know if I ever explained. I feel like it's, people know, you would know this, but I don't use like frozen bananas like from the store. They're bananas that I get and I wait till they ripe and then I just put them in half and I use them like that. I don't know, just not that really matters, but I just thought about that. Like when people say frozen bananas, they probably think buying bananas from the store frozen, but that ends up costing more because bananas are cheap. So I just do it like this instead of buying the frozen ones, which cost more. Cheers. It is Friday, the end of the first full week of January. these kids, they only went to school 2 days this week because they done canceled school again today because it's supposed to snow later today. I'm hoping that it don't start snowing until I get off work and I can go hike. I want to go for a little bit of a hike in the snow, do a go live, but really just get out in this snow a little bit before more snow comes, because they done cleared it a little bit, but it's still a winter wonderland out there. So I want to go out there a little bit, but if it's snow on top of snow, and if it's cold enough for the snow and the ice and the snow, some of the snow done melted, that's gonna lead to ice and snow, so it's not gonna be safe. But if I can get out there before all that starts, I'm trying to get out there. So let's hope it starts later, much later, like 4 or 5 or something. That's all I need is a couple hours. But yeah, these kids, they was already out for 2 weeks, and then now they only did 2 days. I'm jealous. I also wanted to mention, I didn't say nothing about them lashes. Remember last week I did put a set of lashes on? I took them off that same day because I wasn't going nowhere. When you first do lashes, you can like feel them. Like you get used to it, but I could feel them. And I didn't want to. I had to go to sleep with them on. So at night, before I went to sleep, I just took them off. And I did them really too close to my, they were like too far in. So I needed to, I just took them out because they was getting on my nerve. But they could have, I don't know how long they could have lasted, but obviously longer than that, probably a week or so. But I'm gonna probably do them again this weekend and see, especially since I like my hair. That's why I keep coming here talking to y'all, because I really don't have nothing to say, but I just wanted y'all to see my hair. Alright.
Whoever designed these only thought.
All of the money don't amount to. I don't say that part. Come on now. We gotta be realistic. But then the little sister come and she like, and I mean that you taking me home tonight, my love. Got a few things to say. But I gotta, don't get it confused. Now this is my Tamar. This is my Tamar Braxton. Read any one. What? You act like I'm the... Just because you get the little dope from us, that don't mean that you're taking me home. That's right. Get your back tight. That's just my man. You know I got the call you back. Copping Chris on like I'm a born for that. More than that. Boy, you said. It's snowing again. So hike canceled.